Hey everybody, thank you for tuning into the channel today, and long story short, I'm assuming you're on this video because you have a problem with your Volkswagen Passat little 4-cylinder here, and it's got, of course, a bad starter. The same job is done pretty much on any of these little 4-cylinders. It is really a kind of a pain in the butt, but it is doable. So before you get shell-shocked with a huge price tag, I'm going to go over it with you, try to simplify it, and maybe save you and your family a little bit of money, a little bit of aggravation, I hope. And feel free to comment on anything on this channel, and you know, your interaction is always welcome, especially if you can help someone out, because this is what it's about, just helping people out. Alright, so first let's go over the nice little starter we're talking about. Pause. So here it is. You'll notice immediately it has a little heat shield that goes towards the outside of it. And it's only mounted by 2 bolts. Let's see if I can get them in the rear here. There's one. One comes in the bottom, which is accessible from the front of the vehicle after you remove the AC. And the other one's going to have to come in through the wheel well, which I will show you exactly how to do that. I think it actually is probably going to sit in the car kind of like this. This is how you'll actually be looking at it in the car. And this, the head of this right here, you'll be able to access it when you remove the AC. And I'm getting ready to show you, you'll see the head of this bolt, which is a really long bolt that goes in through the top. Alright, key notes about this. It's got a little bracket here on the front. And this little bracket, if I can get it to stop moving there for a second, it's got a 6mm nut that mounts it to the block of the engine. So it'll be kind of sitting there like that, and it'll kind of connect the two, and there's a little 6mm, it's like a hex head, and you've got to remove that to take this off. And of course, I've got 2 different sizes. The old one and this replacement are 2 different size studs, but the ones that came off of it was an 8mm that took them off. And of course up here, you're going to have 2 cables, 2 leads, which are, this is a 13mm nut. You're going to have to take that off, and then you're going to notice you have a little, right here, just a little plug that slides in and off. But anyway, so that's what the starter looks like. And overall, once you've got everything unbolted and everything, it slides out pretty easy without much of a problem. But just want to kind of show everybody what this thing looks like. Now, I was priced $133 at AutoZone. I chose to go salvage, not go do it yourself, but I went in and bought it from a used car place for $50. I'm sure you can get them on eBay, similar price. But anyway, that's what the starter looks like. It's not too heavy, pretty manageable, and when the AC's out, this is what you're going to be looking at. From the front of the car, you're going to be looking at it like this. Up here at the top is very hard to get to. The little bracket's pretty easy, but remember there's a 6mm bolt that sits off to the side that's going to hold that mount in. Alright, so let me kind of go over here and show you what it took to get this bad boy out. In case you're wondering, yes, the wheel is off on the passenger side. Ow, let's see if I can get even in here to show you this. Trying, guys. Just bear with me. Man, she is tough today. Alright, apparently doesn't want to go. Matter of fact, I'll get my assistant, give me that little yellow light if you wouldn't mind, and I'm going to try to get you a real good eye on where this thing sits out on the bell housing so you really got a rough idea. Man, this is just tough. Okay, so wow, this is pretty tough, especially with the lens of the camera. There it is. There's the bell housing, and let's see if I can point it out to you. It's right here. That's the bottom one. Now you're going to accept that one from the front, and then if you notice at the top, which I can't seem to get the angle on, but the top one you're going to have to access right here, is sitting right there. Now how I did that was, it's an actual 16mm nut that's on the end of that. Alright, so it's got a 16 millimeter bolt. Give me just a second. So this bolt's sitting in there, and it's sitting in the starter housing. Well, the problem is you can't, there's almost no room to work. So how I ended up doing this was I took a flathead screwdriver, a long one, and I had my socket, of course, and the driver, and I just put the screwdriver underneath the end of this, underneath the socket. So when you started wanting to, you see how long it is. So you basically have no tension on it for the last 1.5 inches. So this is really a pain in the butt. So I just put a little bit of tension on the socket end right here where the head's at and took it out. That's how you get the back one out. It's kind of a pain. Anyway, it's probably the worst one. Alright, now let me go in here and address this AC. So hold on for a second. Okay, there's the empty hole right there. But in order, as you can see, the bottom one, like I said, is going to be coming from this end. And of course, the top one from the other side. The bottom one just takes a little bit. I'm trying to back up here to see how far away that is. It's a pretty good shot. Anyway, if you notice down here, I do have the AC. AC is pretty simple. It's got, there's part of the AC bracket. There's 4. See them, 1, 2 on the bottom. Look at the top. There's 2 there. They're 13 millimeter. They just slide off. As far as the tensioner here, you're going to need a 6 millimeter. You can see that right there. That's a 6 millimeter hex on both ends. And as soon as you loosen up both of the hexes, you can just move it by hand. No problem on the tensioning. And once again, that's how it looks under there. And man, what a tight fit, guys. This is tight, 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 tight. But you got to be patient and it will come out. So the only real tools you're going to need is, like I said, a little 6 millimeter metric set of hexes here. Other than that, it was just a 16 millimeter. Of course, for the starter bolts, 13 millimeter you'll need as well. And I believe the wheel was like a 17 millimeter. It's kind of an odd number, but it's a Volkswagen, so everything's odd about it. Before you start the job, you definitely want to take off the battery just to make sure you don't have sparks flying anywhere. But long story short, you can do this job in about 1.5 hours. It's kind of a pain. You can do it. It costs you about 50 bucks. Good luck. If I can help you out in any way, shape, or form, feel free to hit me up here on the old YouTube and see what we can do. Anyway, subscribe, guys. We've got plenty of videos coming your way. See you. And hey, guys, if you get a chance, why don't you check out Homefront Hugs? We do it. It's just kind of support our troops that are stationed abroad, and kind of a real soft spot for me, and our family. But it's a great program. Just send somebody a little something in different parts of the world. I mean, they're all over the place, and that organization just gets it done. And adopt you a soldier, man. Get it done. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. See you on the next time.